Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are doing PlayStation predictions for 2022. Let's not waste any time. Prediction 1, the release schedule for PlayStation's 2022 exclusives. Let's go down the list. Some of these are already confirmed, some less so. So I want to predict exactly when PlayStation Studios games and their partnered exclusive games will land in the 2022 calendar. First and foremost, we have Horizon Forbidden West confirmed for February 18th launch. Following that, we also have Gran Turismo 7 landing in March. I still think there will be a couple of other big PlayStation exclusives in this first half. We already have Forspoken from Square Enix confirmed for May. I also think we will see Ghostwire Tokyo in the first half as well. Right now it has a vague 2022 release date. We know that Bethesda likes to throw their games out in that March to May period. March we saw things like Doom Eternal land. May we used to see things like Wolfenstein The New Order and Doom 2016 land in that window as well. So I think Ghostwire Tokyo would fit nice and snugly in that little gap in April between the exclusives in March and of course in May. So I think that's the first half of PlayStation, really strong from them. I think the second half of 2022 will be saved for both God of War and PlayStation VR2. Right now God of War Ragnarok has a rumored release window of around September 30th being the exact date. We know that that is the last day of Q3, the third quarter of 2022. So we can probably be confident in that being just a placeholder date for now, though it could just very well land on that date as well. I think September actually works really well for God of War Ragnarok because I think PSVR2 will land in either late October and early November, probably early November. I'll get into that in just a moment. So I think God of War Ragnarok landing in September would do well to land a big PlayStation game in the fall, a bit later than Ratchet and Clank that we saw last year. PlayStation really, towards the end of the year, suffered from the narrative that they didn't have any content in the latter half, whereas Xbox was hogging all the spotlight with things like Age of Empires, Forza and Halo. So I think with God of War Ragnarok landing in September, it does well to kick off the fall window with their biggest exclusive of the year. Other than that, I think we might get one more surprise from PlayStation Studios this year. Rumor is that The Last of Us remake is nearing the end of its production and it might be on track for a release in 2022. I don't think that's going to be the case. I think it'll probably slip into 2023. We know that PlayStation Studios are going to take their time if needed to get something right, and Naughty Dog is notorious for taking their time as well. If it's currently looking like it might land in 2022, then they're probably going to confidently delay it into 2023, knowing that it's going to reach its full potential. It's going to be polished to the nth degree, like a Naughty Dog likes to do. Other than that, I've got a feeling that we might see a Bloodborne remaster this year, one that arrives on PS5 and PC, allows you to play the game in 60 frames per second. I don't think it'll be a full-on remake, but I expect that maybe this is something that Bluepoint has been working on in the background after Demon's Souls in 2020, before they get going on their new original title, which for the moment we don't know what that is. Rumors are that they're working on a sequel to Bloodborne. I think a remake or a remaster of the first one for PS5 and PC at the tail end of this year, let's say November, would work really well to fill in that holiday gap that PlayStation has usually had in the holiday window, and then also get people really excited for the sequel, which would hopefully be announced in the years to come. So that's prediction 1, the release schedule for PlayStation in 2022. Horizon Forbidden West, Gran Turismo, Ghostwire Tokyo and Forspoken in the first half, and in the second half God of War Ragnarok, followed by PSVR and then a remaster of Bloodborne. Speaking of PSVR, moving on to prediction number 2 for PSVR2. It was recently announced that PSVR2 was the official name. We also got the official name of the Sense controllers for the new headset. The tech in this headset is looking really impressive, and it's very likely we're going to get more details from PlayStation themselves. We also got a new title announced for the headset as well, Horizon Call of the Mountain, being developed by Guerrilla Games in collaboration with Firesprite, which is really exciting. Unsure yet whether that's going to land at the launch of the headset. Here's hoping. They didn't communicate exact release date of either the game or the headset for that matter, so something to look forward to in 2022. I think it lands this year. I think it lands in early November. My prediction would have been October, very similar to to the launch window of the original PlayStation VR headset, but I think that given the constraints around semiconductors right now, that I think PlayStation would do well to push it into early November, make sure they get as much stock on shelves by the time launch rolls around as they possibly can, but also get it out before Black Friday as well, so you get that rush of consumers coming in and looking for a big holiday item to purchase for friends and family as well. So I think PlayStation VR 2, I'm going to say $399, exact same price as the original PlayStation VR headset, lands in early November. Moving on now to prediction number 3, Project Spartacus, the reported competitor to Game Pass from Sony, combining PlayStation Plus with PlayStation Now into one multi-tier service. I think for the most part that what Jason Schreier reported in his Bloomberg article not too long ago is probably accurate, and I dare say that we see this announced in March after PlayStation's big exclusives like Gran Turismo and Horizon dropped, and it's rolled out in the second quarter, I'm going to say April of this year. It allows PlayStation to obviously get that out into the market, get consumers' interest, and then roll around in the next couple of months and reinvigorate that interest with some exciting announcements during that E3 summer window where they're likely to have a showcase again. So for the moment, I think it'll be announced in March, launched in April. I think there will be 3 tiers, and I'm going to predict the pricing now as well. Tier 1, this is said to be essentially just PlayStation Plus as we know it today, gets you access to multiplayer, obviously with paid titles as well as free games month to month as well. I think that remains at either $10 per month or $60 if you pay for the full year. I think moving up now to Tier 2, which is said to be the combination of big back catalogue of PlayStation 4 titles with streaming capabilities as well. I think we see this at $15 per month. And for Tier 3, which is said to be including extended game demos and backwards compatible titles with PS1, PS2 and PS3, I think they go so far as to charge $20 per month, all of them being able to stream as well. Now I'm going to be really interested to see what PlayStation's strategy is here with this new Project Spartacus service outside of the console space. Will we see this be available to PC consumers in all 3 tiers as well? I'm really excited to see what they can come up with this new service. I think for the moment it sounds like a great value for existing PlayStation customers. I'm just not sure it really attracts new customers to the platform and really is that ace in the hole that's going to, you know, really drive competition with Game Pass, particularly if they don't have parity of the service across PlayStation consoles, PC and cloud as well. Obviously a big component of Game Pass's success is the release of day and date Xbox Game Studios and Bethesda titles into the service. Clearly this is something that Sony is going to do, but I will be interested to see if they grant access to new games for a limited time. Maybe this is the extended demo note that Jason Schreier reported on in his Bloomberg report as well. So going to be interested to see. I think we won't have to wait long before we get details on that one. Here's hoping I am right. Moving on now, prediction number 4, acquisitions. Sony made a massive number of acquisitions in 2021, including longtime partners like Bluepoint, Housemarque, Firesprite. We also had Valkyrie Entertainment, Nixxes joined the team as well. I think we see them calm down a bit in 2022. I'm predicting that we won't see any notable acquisitions from them. I don't think we'll see any big name studios like the ones I mentioned, like Bluepoint, Housemarque, Insomniac. No studios like that. We may see strategic acquisitions of support studios like Nixxes and Valkyrie in 2022 as well. I think that would do well to particularly bolster PlayStation's efforts in the VR space and obviously also support their AAA development moving forward as well. I just don't think we'll see any major acquisitions from them like we did in 2021. Prediction number 5, something I'm a bit more confident in, is I think we see PlayStation make big moves with some third-party exclusives this year. Obviously we heard reports that PlayStation was trying to secure exclusive rights for Starfield this year. They have games like Ghostwire Tokyo, Forspoken already secured as exclusives already, Deathloop last year as well. I think that they're going to go on a spending spree and secure some big names. And the 2 games that I'm going to predict, one rumored, and that is BioShock 4, the next game from 2K, rumored to be coming later in 2022. I think that will be secured by PlayStation as a timed exclusive this year. I also expect them to announce Resident Evil 4 Remake as a timed exclusive with Capcom as well. Obviously Resident Evil, a storied franchise, one that has deep roots tied to PlayStation. And while the series has been multi-platform, we've seen Capcom snuggle up to PlayStation in the past as well. So I think if PlayStation's shopping around for exclusives from third parties, those two games are going to be high on their list. And so those are the two that I'm going to predict for exclusivity being announced this year. They're my 5 predictions for PlayStation. Let me know yours in the comments below. Do you think we'll see any major acquisitions from PlayStation? What are your thoughts on Project Spartacus as well? Pricing and launch timings for PSVR2. Let me know in the comments below. If you have enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing. There'll be more content on the way, and hit that like button. It certainly helps out the channel. I'm trying to grow it and deliver more content to you guys over the coming weeks. Thank you for watching the video, guys, and I shall see you next time.